Hey, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the permission statement. It's going to be a real quick one because I'm on the go right now down here at Oakville Grocery Store in Oakville, California. Thank you all for coming back. Those of you who are subscribers or just coming through on your own accord, appreciate you. If you're new here, stay with me. It's going to be one hell of a humdinger. So I declare under penalty of perjury that what I say is the truth. All right. So I posted a video and I'm about to. It's like walking along the edge of a ravine, and deep down in there, we're standing on the truth. But deep down in that ravine is the truth, the narrative within the narrative. Which in this circumstance, I get it. That's why I got to gingerly walk people into this, because it's not going to be something that most people can fathom. So I do my best to put proof forward, thumbnails. We're going to be interviewing people that are eyewitnesses, that were there in Europe, that were here in America, the victims of some of these homicides, like the family members that are left behind, et cetera, and that knew people on both sides of the issue. And so as I was explaining in my last video, trying to give an example so that people who may be a soldier or people who have no experience in this kind of lifestyle or chaos could try to put themselves within the position that I was in, because otherwise it'll be too difficult for some people to even accept a fact as a fact, right? So if you're a soldier and you deployed to somewhere dangerous and you brought somebody, or you went and fell for somebody from that dangerous place, but you moved to a place of where there is no, you're miles away, and you just try to move on with your life and heal your wounds. And then that person keeps trying to take you back into that area of operations, where it's no longer something far away or some distant past, where it's like now you're stepping back into harm's way. Or if you're a knucklehead, like I said, if you're fucking thugged out from whatever one of these major cities, and you're from one neighborhood, which I'm not from a neighborhood, but I'm just trying to give you guys these examples, and you fall for a girl that's from a rival neighborhood, and then you have conflict with somebody from that neighborhood that runs that neighborhood, pretty much, that's a significant character in that neighborhood, and then that girl keeps trying to draw you down into there, like, oh yeah, let's go hang out here. And you're known, and you know who you have conflict with. You know what they're capable of. That's why I used Afghanistan as an example, because ain't nobody, no soldier, no nothing, is going to sit there and go do jumping jacks in front of the Taliban or Al-Qaeda or any of them people that are put together like that. And unfortunately, a lot of these characters in Mexico, they're not quite put together like that, where they'd walk into a building and blow themselves up, but they're quick to press that steel and take a human life. So you have to take that seriously. And like I said, as we go along, I've been kind of giving y'all some of the the meat and the potatoes of the story of people that I've known that have lost their life for making just that mistake, and it's just not necessary. Bygones can't be bygones. If you're out there pressing your face, putting your face right next to the lion's mouth, that lion's gonna bite you, right? So it is what it is. Some real harsh, nasty people did some things, and eventually the peacekeeper in me came out, and I made a decision. Like I said, I wish I hadn't had made that decision or those decisions, because those people, like I said, they're all buddy again. So I don't get it. But the best thing for me to do is just try to move forward in life. But this individual who had everything to gain, monetarily and otherwise, control of our child, our home, all the success that has been pressed forward as an upward mobility as a result of all the sacrifices that we've made together, and the empire that we have built would then be hers. It's an easy solution, and to just be like, oh, hey, do this or else. And that's what it was. That's how it was relayed to me. It's like, oh, well, if you don't go here, I'm thinking, what? Hey, what the fuck you talking about, man? I shouldn't be going there, man. Are you crazy? You're gonna get somebody killed. And that didn't matter. And so the next attempt would be to try to be like, oh, what? You ain't gonna, trying to pump you up. It's like, spare me, coward. You coward. Both of you coward and coward. And then the other individuals don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. So, yes. And then the next thing would be, oh, well, then scorch everything that we've built together, like, the bond, the family, everything that meant anything to you that you would willingly give your life for to protect. Oh, if you don't do this. So it just didn't make any sense, man. So I know most people who may even know the respondent or will be like, this is all, but it's not hyperbolic, man. This individual, for whatever reason, kept trying to draw me down into a place, like specifically, if you know the geography of Mexico, the individual that sent an assassin to kill my friend's father and lured his best man at his wedding's brother down there to be brutally murdered by the very people that control this area, lives in this place where this individual, the respondent was like, yeah, I booked us a hotel there for 2 or 3 days. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? So it's goofy. And then you can't let somebody like that, you can't let a coward pump you up to go do something stupid or foolish. Because like I said, some of the baddest motherfuckers on this planet would not go over there and go taunt the fucking Taliban, and some gangsters would not go over into a rival neighborhood where they got beef with somebody that dominates that fucking area and then just be like staying there and hanging out, man. It just doesn't make no sense, man. Shit. So I'm trying to give you all these examples so you can kind of try to wrap your head around it and fathom it. But I got to get back to work. I get on the grind. Stay with me though, because I'm gonna be putting the evidence and the proof positive forward. So, in places like Mexico, people can say whatever they want about, oh, it's so safe and it's so wonderful. Man, tell that to them people that died on Memorial Day down there in Ensenada, which is where her father lives, which is where she's always trying to take our kid down to, and people will try to say, oh, Mexico's safe and all that. Yeah, it's not in some places. I'm sure there's plenty of safe places and wonderful experiences to be had, but it's not. And especially when you go into the frontera, where there's a war going on over territory between the CGNG or whatever, and the Sinaloa cartel, and what's left of the Arianos, the AFO, who the AFO is the one that committed these murders against these people that I know. And that's their terrain. I mean, just like logically, using deductive logic just don't make no sense. So why should that have been expected of me after all the people I know that have been murdered and killed by these people? Right? Man. And then they'll try to make me out to be some nuttier than squirrel turds when there's got to be more to it. This just can't be complacency by itself.